Ah, hi there. It's me, friendly neighborhood aliens, friends here on the third rock of the sun. Hi, Cairo Star. Um, Things are a little different right now, as you can see. I'm kind of in my browser on Booth right now because I can't find anything I need to make the outfit that I had planned. So for Equinox, I want to see if I can find some kind of cool outfit that I can, more of these pieces of outfit that I can make. I'm kind of thinking like either rock or punk kind of thing. And then we'll put them on the doll, or at least on the design. But yeah, right now I'm just trying to figure out kind of cool outfits. So I looked up rock and now I'm looking up punk. Some of them that I could make. What's this? Trying to think of what I have easy access to in terms of materials. Unfortunately, I do kind of have to limit myself to certain materials. And the top I have designed. That's something I can easily do because I don't have access to the right stuff right now. The last few outfits have been easy because I've already planned ahead and had the materials and stuff. No, I like it, but not for this. What is this? Oh, there's really no good translators, are there? Everything's AI. Crap. Okay, cyber style separate inner style inner suit. Okay, I was more curious on what that was. Honestly, I could use some elements of that this weekend. Let's kind of see how this looks. Okay. There we go. There's Equinox. Let's just come over here. There we go. Oh, of course. Not working. Let's try display capture. Okay, hopefully this is working. I can't tell if you're seeing this or not. There's the dial. So I can't come up with a good enough outfit. I don't know what I'd use for that sheer material. Okay, nothing. I don't know. I really was liking. Hmm. Hmm. Honestly, kind of like those. Sorry, I can't see the chat right now. Hmm. Kind of like the basics of those shoes. Might be kind of fun to make. Make something similar to that. Hmm. Let's try to think of what I might have access to that I can work with on a doll. Okay. And I might have some access to some leather. I know I have that. Oh, I already downloaded those. Bring that over here. Um, bring that over here. Do okay, I think I know what to use that for. Oof. I take inspiration from this. I'm not gonna be able to do this exactly, but I think I have access to a pair of jeans that look like that. And some old denim that looks like that. Okay. Do sneaker shoe base. 150. Okay. I think that. Okay. That should work. I know I have from I know I have oh, I don't have the mesh top with that. I want the mesh top. Well, let me go to fam. Okay. But put that back on. I can just pretend. Let me go back here. No, I'm not hearing any music. Oh, because I don't have background music on this one. So, let me see the game. On my game, I don't have background. Okay, no. Not finding what I need there. Okay, so I'll pretend with this right now. I can use. I have fishnets. I can use this. Code I should be able to make fairly easily. No, great. Of course, this is where my monitor craps out. Give me a second. Really got to get a new secondary monitor. Okay. Where's my mouse cursor? And I changed the dial design. I'm still gonna like it. I'm not gonna do all the rings. Perhaps it might be kind of hard to make, but I can figure out something. Feels that outfit's kind of impractical, but I'm gonna keep it. Okay, and something simple. think I can do that. I think that should work. Let me get some new reference pictures. I'm gonna need to make there we go. There we go. Bring this back over here. My mouse again. Ah! There. Ay, 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 ay. There we go. Okay. Now, the project for today is to make a pattern. I'm going to brighten this down a bit. Okay. There. Should be better. Oof. Okay. So I got my plastic wrap out. And the last time I made a doll, I was using painter's tape. That was not working all that well, but I have masking tape. It works a lot better. And then my scissors. And I need to put that back. Actually, I need the marker too. So I need all these, but I also need Equinox. Now I put Equinox in this bag just to protect. I might have to retighten the legs up here a bit. But I got Equinox right here. So I'm going to start with the bottoms. The bottoms are jeans. So let's get into a T-pose-ish like thing here and then spread the legs a bit. Okay. Now I'm just making legs. And that. How high do those things go? Let me look at that. Okay. You still see the belly button, so not super high. I'm not going to be able to get the little rivets in there. I don't have rivets small enough. But I can definitely get a pair of jeans out of it. Oh. Okay. Let me just get some plastic wrap here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'll straighten it out a little bit here. Plastic wrap, like sticking to itself. So I'm thinking I only really need one leg. But I'm thinking I'm going to take a little puppetry from take some lessons from puppetry. Sorry, I'm bumping things. But I take a couple lessons from puppetry, or at least from puppet making. This is why you try to learn as many skills as possible. You never know what might come in clutch. You never know what might come in clutch. And yeah. But if I go with the full and do both legs, what I can do is, trace them on top of each other and kind of get a good average drawn up. it's what we do. What I learned in designing a puppet. Where's the belly button? It's kind of low below the belly button, so. Okay. I'm just gonna place that like right below the belly button. Now use tape. Whoops. And now tape becomes the surface that you write on. Oops, I don't need that much tape. Baby, baby. But this will help give it structure and something to write on. While the plastic wrap is there more to protect the doll itself. You want the plastic wrap on there to actually protect the doll. Because you don't want to have to try to do this like right on the doll. I'm just gonna put some tape around the joints here to start. I did a little too much up there, but I want to get around the joint and the top and the bottom here to help kind of protect a bit and maybe stabilize. This is the same kind of procedure you would same kind of thing you would do if you're, well, doing cosplay. I've seen a lot of videos on that where it's basically wrapping your leg in plastic wrap to make boots and then duct tape. Okay, I think what I'm going to do now is just put one up on the top here. I might just go with simple jeans, to be perfectly honest. I'm thinking I'm thinking the straps might be a little too complicated for me. I'm just doing this just to add some connection to the parts. connection to the, basically, you know, from the up here to the legs. Okay. Add some tape here. For the buttocks. Okay, I'm going to start by going down the legs, I think. Actually, first things first, on the back of the legs, too. Ow. Oh. Oh, I gotta take a second. My back. Okay. I'm just gonna wrap it up. But yeah, this is patterning in cosplay. It's the exact same kind of thing. Or at least from all the videos I've watched. It's something similar. People who do foam armor do something similar with maybe a life cast. If you're needing like just a specific part, you can just do this with your body. If you have a friend you can trust, you can just wrap yourself up like this, you know, and tie your body and give them the pair. You know, they can help wrap you up, and you give them a pair of scissors. But yeah, all this stuff, all the stuff that I like making seems to overlap. I mean, cosplay stuff, puppets, this, all in some ways seem to overlap. And I'm okay with that. I mean, the clear coat I used on the doll on Equinox here, I got because I wanted to use it for armor. You know, making armor pieces out of EVA foam and putting some clear coat over that. I had to do that last year for a Halloween commission, which I should actually talk to them about that. Not about payment or anything, but about like if they have any plans. That way I have time to make it. I'm just trying to cover up some spots. Okay. But you can do this with any kind of doll also. I mean, if you're making like I mean, I think I learned this just from doll customization videos. Somebody making like, customizing a doll you picked up at Walmart. I might have to say Walmart because I can't think of any toy stores nowadays. I would say Toys R Us or TB Toys, but they're long gone now. But yeah, I mean, if you want to make clothes for like a fashion doll, you buy. You do something similar. Puppets, not so much. When I get to the outfit on my self puppet, I can show that. Okay. Okay. A little bit right there, too. Equinox, what's with that hand pose? Dude. Dude, dude, man, dude, come on. Oh, really? Really? Now you're gonna look at me? Trying to make you an outfit here. You're gonna be the most fashionable BJD I've made so far. You're also gonna be the third BJD made so far. I'm gonna start by patterning the pants. Okay. Can I get that looped up in there? Take a quick peek around the legs. Look for bare spots. Okay. Put that like right at there. So I'm going to put the top right about here. Whoops. First time I've ever done this, though. Okay. Now, I know there's one like up. I'm going with just what I remember from normal clothing. About one up about halfway here. Because from what I remember about making costumes and stuff, I basically have 4 leg panels. I'm having to sew my own costumes. Oh, relaxing while I'm doing this? Dude. So what I'm trying to do is get the basics done here so I can cut Equinox out of this. And then what I'm going to do is average each panel out. So I'll take the left and the right and put them on the same spot, you know, trace it, then trace the next panel. You know, put like the right down and trace it. I'm not going to do that just yet. Okay. Okay. I'm just using initials. That's the left. And to be good enough. Okay, do I have small scissors out? No, I do not. Okay. Let me Oh. Ow. I just ran over my, just hit my foot with my chair. Okay. So now, just carefully, cut along the line as best as possible. Oh, you know what? I think at the bottom. Okay. Oops, sorry about my mic. Like about here. Equinox is standing on its head, literally. I think I'm torturing my poor doll. I'm sorry, buddy. Okay. There. Part of the reason why I also clear coated the doll is just to protect from that as much as possible. Okay. Gently open that up a bit. Hey, twist it all the way around. Okay. Now I should be able to get this off the doll. I should be able to. There. You survived, Equinox. Yeah, just relax there. You can relax now. There we go. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Just go. Just go over there and relax, buddy. You did good. Okay. I still gotta do the top though, so you're not out of the woods yet. But yeah, this is the kind of thing you would do just to make a pattern for at least certain cosplay things and EVA foam armor. At least according to all the videos I've watched on this stuff. I don't have the experience of making patterns for my own foam armor. Usually I find a foam armor, get the proper measurements, and then make it. So it might be a little big in some areas, but I'm not looking for form fitting on EVA foam armor. Okay. And now, can I flatten it? Honestly, I think I can. Does it look right? Trim some of this extra plastic wrap here. I think that will work. Okay. Yeah, I think this. Yeah, this is. I mean, this is like making a pair of pants. Except I don't normally make the pattern for a pair of pants. For the first real like cosplay costume I did, I found a pattern that I could easily modify. Okay. Okay, let's put those up there. And work on the top. Now, the top here is going to be a little bit different. So, I'm putting you into a T pose here. Okay, let me open up the browser. Okay, that was like the inner top was just above the belly button. Let's see if I can pull this apart a little bit at least. Whoops. And I'm thinking I want to do a short sleeve. Thinking short sleeve. thought of short sleeve just makes me think it'll look a little bit better. But at the same time, you can see it's the exact same thing, just plastic wrap here. And then I'll probably do a second layer of plastic wrap for the jacket. So I'm gonna make that satisfaction of hitting the right spot in the scissors and just being able to glide. Yeah, what I'm thinking is what I'm thinking, I'm just gonna make sure I get some on the shoulders here. But what I'm thinking is I will get the pattern for the top on the doll. On Equinox here. I'm just gonna make sure I got a little plastic wrap like up here. Like it sticks when you don't want it to stick, and when you want it to stick, it doesn't stick. Okay, I'm gonna put this up here. Okay. I'm gonna go down to the elbows, I think. And then once I get this on and traced, I'll put some plastic wrap over the top. And then I will design the jacket. I know when designing a costume for like, not a costume, but like a genuine like a real outfit. Ooh, color might be good. Do I have any colored leather? I could potentially make the top out of the yellow tulle. I'll have to look in my supplies. Yeah, I'll have to look at my supplies. Yeah, I'll have to look at my supplies. But if I've got any like colored pleather, I could use like the yellow tulle as a make a top out of the yellow tulle that I use for the wig caps. Use that as the mesh. Might be really cool. Waiting for you. That might be kind of fun, actually. Making it out of yellow tulle. Never done anything like that. So that might be interesting. It's fine. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Wah! Can we get some? I just didn't like that bare spot right there. Yeah, this is my era of music. At least in terms of anime soundtracks and J-pop. J-pop. Thank you. Looked at my captions. I don't know anything about K-pop, so my only reference to K-pop is general pop culture. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I have background music on. I find working with music a lot easier. Okay. Let's start with down here. So let's make the top about here. Now I'm not going to cut this off. I'm going to get some more plastic wrap on and work on the jacket. And if I have to open up VII, I will, just to get an idea on the length. Okay. Now, let's get the top. For the top, let's go about to here. Whoops, sorry about my mic. Huh? Bum, 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 bum. But tonight I'm gonna, because if I can find, if I can find the stuff I need. Bright color might be fun. Okay, I'm gonna open up VII for a second. I just want to see how long the jacket is in the back. Okay. I want to take a quick peek at this jacket. How it can be in top. Do you can't see? I don't know if you can see what I'm doing or not. What I'm doing is trying to lighten the color a bit if I can. So I can get some more pull out more detail if I can, if possible. There we go. I wanna be able to see the detail on this coat. Okay. Okay. What's up, crypto? So I've lightened the detail up on the coat so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, come on. Cut. Come on. Ah! You know what? Let's move this over here. It's going to be about the same, I think. Oh, my knee. Ugh. Whoops. Ignore that. Ignore that, my friend. Now, this goes out all the way. Down to the wrists. I might not make it so flared. Depends on depends on if I can figure out how. I'm not the clothes maker in the family. That would be my little sister. She's the one who's, more interested in fashion design and stuff. And to be honest, fashion design is kind of cool. But it's not something that ever really interested me. I think it's partially because of the way I'm creative. More kit bashing kind of thing. My little sister, the English major, is into fashion design. And I think that's just awesome. Unfortunately, my sister works in retail because I did say English major, right? Okay. Okay. Think I can work from here. Let's start taping. No, this works so much easier. I'll have to remember this for the next dial. Posing them in the sitting upright position here. Ooh, butt crack. Get them in the upright position. And it'll be a lot easier. It'll be a lot easier to make the top. Okay. Okay. There we go. And tape back here. And a piece of tape right here. Okay. I know I'm not the best dial maker, but I'm doing what I can. I think the eyes turned out brilliantly. Though there is a bit of the follow eye in them. But I understand why too. It's the way they're shaped. You get the divot for where you would put the resin. And then in there's a little bit more of a divot for the pupils. Don't fall. Don't fall. No. Bad dowel. Bad Equinox. Don't make me put you. Don't make me take away your dessert. You keep acting like this, you're not getting any dessert. You're not getting any more souls tonight. I don't feed my doll souls. Don't listen to me. I would never feed a doll a soul. No dolls will ever get souls under my watch. I watch too much horror movies. I was on Blue Sky, and I saw a little post that from Chronically Kiki, and you know, she reskeeted a post. See if I can remember it. You know, state your age with the, you know, your favorite movie from the year you turned 18 without posting your age, kind of thing. And of course, I posted Matinee because that's a great movie. That's just a great movie. I might not do the collar. That might be a little tough for me at the moment. But I posted Matinee because that's, like I said, my favorite movie from 1993. The year I turned 18. And I was thinking about, like, why. And yeah, you got some good performances. You got John Goodman. What's her name? I can't think of her name. I can picture her face. Oh, it's gonna bug me unless I look it up. I'm gonna have to look it up. It's gonna bug me if I don't. Kathy Moriarty. You got John Goodman and Kathy Moriarty, both of whom are brilliant. Just in whatever they do, they seem to be very brilliant actors. Very fun to watch. Um, just brilliant people, brilliant actors. You got Robert Picardo, who, well, he's an actor, not a doctor, who's just great in like everything he's in. I mean, he's just great. You got a bit of Dick Miller in there. I mean, Dick Miller. Say no more. He was just an amazing actor. You know, you got a lot of Joe Dante regulars because there was a Joe Dante movie. It's just a, you know, brilliantly cast Joe Dante movie. It's also a Joe Dante movie, which means it's going to be fun. You got a story that takes place in Key West during the Cuba Missile Crisis. And the primary story driver in the movie is Lawrence Woolsey's coming to town. And in the fiction of the movie, he's the William Castle type filmmaker. You know, he makes low budget B movies. Just low budget B movies with a gimmick. And I think he's like the primary, motivator for the story. Not the protagonist, though. The protagonist is a kid. Just a kid growing up in Key West in the 60s, during the Cuban Missile Crisis. Family's military, dad's military. So, living just 90 miles from Cuba during a dangerous point in history where the world kind of teetered on the brink. He loves horror movies. Like I do. Loves that kind of cheesy horror movie of the day. Got a crush on a girl, or develops a crush on a girl, an anti-war protesting girl. His best friend's got a crush on the popular girl with the con boyfriend, who somehow gets out of prison. Or juvie, I don't remember if it was escape or just let out. Once again, the Cuba Missile Crisis. Just an all-time great movie. It got me thinking on why I like that movie so much. And a lot of it is literally, let me open this up. A lot of it is literally that era of movie in general. And John Goodman just playing that kind of filmmaker that would, have an actress dressed up as a nurse and setting a table outside of a theater. And my monitor crapped out again. I'm going to give it a second while I get this traced. Okay. Okay. Let me deal with this. Generally, I just power it on and power it off. And then power it back on, or power it off and power it back on. This old TV does not like being a computer monitor. I can tell you that. Unfortunately, I can't find any place to watch it for free streaming. Okay. There we go. Okay, I'm not going to worry too much about trying to get that collar. So I'm just going to kind of just put it up like really close to the neck here. I'm going to try to get this done before I switch. Okay. And then tomorrow I can make the pattern. I'm not going to worry about all the little details. Let's just overwrite that. Save that. There you go. This way I can see what I'm doing. Okay, the seam here. Needed this seam right up at the top. And then the seam is generally on the underside on a long sleeve. Okay. I'm going to get all this cut out before switching over to Paralives. Okay. Okay. Come on. Okay. I'm gonna go down the sleeve here. Okay. Come on. Whoops. Also a sleeve down this way, I forgot. Equinox is a contortionist, just so you know. Double jointed. Okay, I can get that off. Okay. Up, come on. Let's get this out. Hope I'm not cutting into that. I was a little too conservative on this one. Still, I think I can get it out. There we go. Stuck. There we go. Ugh. Woo. Okay. Let's finish getting the seams on this one. Okay. We got to get all the seams in this. Now, a lot of the patterns or videos I've seen on this kind of thing have been a lot more, or at least one of the video I watched for patterning is basically if you only need to make something like this, you would only need to make like half the pattern. I think I'd rather go with my I'd rather go with the puppet making videos on this one. There we go. That's why I'm doing both sides. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna go up the sides here. Come on. Kind of wish I had smaller scissors. Because this is a t-shirt. I'm gonna have to cut from the back too. I'm gonna make a seam in the back. Ah. That way I can hopefully get this off a little easier. This is not as excessive as it looks. Get your minds out of the gutter. Get your minds out of the gutter. I'm watching you. I'm in your walls. I've seen the kind of stuff you look at online. I mean, come on, it's 2026. Stop looking at cat pictures. Okay. There we go. Rip that. There we go. Oh boy, I got some plastic wrap still. There we go. Ah. Equinox. Oh. Where's that plastic bag? Let's get you back in your bag. Don't try this at home, kids. Hello. How's it going, Nick? Oh. Okay, Equinox. Let's put you back on this table back here. Okay. Now time to trim out the actual pattern here. Oops, I didn't mark anything. I gotta mark my Let me stop this. I want to mark. Whoops! I can't believe I didn't mark a seam up here. Okay. Right rear, left rear. I forgot a label. There we go. Get all this cut out. Okay. There we go. At least I know how that. Oh. Where in America? I'm asking because we've got smoke from wildfires up in Canada blowing down. And it's hitting a lot of the northern states right now. You might be safe from the you might be safe from the smog. Might. I don't know. I know it's gotten into Washington, D.C. But yeah, we've been having the wildfire smoke blow down, and it's been making it kind of hard to breathe. You know, today's a good day because the smoke has, at least up where I am, because it hasn't hit that hard today. The wind blew a little differently, but it's supposed to be coming back. Yeah, it's not good. It has been yellow up here multiple days in a row. Hard to breathe. Don't want to step outside in the summertime. I've already had to take the AC units out of the windows here, and I don't want that anymore. I just hope the people up in Canada, or I hope like not too many people in Canada are affected by it right now. I mean, we only have the smoke; they have the fire. It's going to be a lot worse for them. Okay, let's get this plastic wrap trimmed off here. Any of this just, can I just pull some of this off? Not all of it, but I can get that out. There we go. I can get some of this excess plastic wrap. Now, hopefully, you don't have too many outdoor plans for that. Oh. Yeah, it might be bad. I haven't looked at the weather report for it today. All I know is what I've been hearing. I'm gonna look at the weather. Is there an air quality alert still up here for us so I can look at the map easily? Yeah. Um, okay. Gonna find on the app. Yeah, we're down into the unhealthy ranges. Let's see. Um, yeah, Washington's getting it. It's pretty much the same as it is here right now in the dangerous area. Yikes. I don't like this. Just if you have masks left over from COVID, use them. If you have respirators, use those. Okay, let's trim this out so I can. Whoops. I mean, at least 4th of July celebrations are over. So traffic might be back down to normal in the area. I don't know what traffic is like in the Washington D.C. area. I'm in Michigan, so quite a bit away. Okay. These flatten out okay, right? Yeah. It's just been a weird year up here for us. Weird couple of years, actually. Last year, we had a massive ice storm blow through at the beginning of spring, which in some parts of my region knocked power out for weeks. Okay. Adding a couple darts here. So hopefully that flattens out a little better. Okay. I've got at least the patterning started. Trying to clip off some of this plastic wrap. But yeah, we had the ice storm last year. Then this year we had a blizzard and massive rainstorms, which caused lots of flooding. And now this. I don't know if that's a bad omen or not. I mean, if the Detroit Lions get to the Super Bowl, or the Detroit Tigers get to the World Series, then I'll take that as bad omens. It's been a wild couple years in weather. Worse than I remember, because I've lived up here all my life. And it's like the worst couple years I remember. Oh, I gotta do the jacket too. Oh, the jacket. Okay, let's put the top there. Oh man, okay. I'm gonna cut the sleeve out here. Oh, I didn't mark the. Didn't mark the stuff. I am making. Let me see if I can get an image up here. Okay. That's not it. Okay. Oh, I thought I added a folder. There we go. Okay. So I'm trying to make this outfit for a ball jointed doll. Different top though, but I want the jacket. And I'm probably not gonna do the straps on the legs. But yeah. And I'm making it for pull you back out of your bag here. Ah. Oops, let me turn off the image now. I can make hotkeys. But for this ball jointed doll I've been working on. Oops. What happened there? There we go. For this ball jointed doll that I've been working on. Okay. So I've got the pattern for the template for the pattern for the pants. And for the mesh top I'm going to be making. And now I'm working on the jacket template. Just tape and plastic wrap. Lots of masking tape and plastic wrap. Oh, come on. I forgot to do. Okay, rear, left, front, right, front, right, leave. Yeah, I've been working on the style all month. There we go. Take that off. Start trimming off these parts here. Now, these scissors are no longer going to be used on fabric. But I need small scissors for a small doll. And by small doll, I mean it's a foot and a half, like roughly 45 centimeters ish. Okay. There we go. But I've been having lots of fun making this thing. Some frustration, but mainly fun. Okay, have a nice day. And get some sleep. I don't know how far you're traveling, but I know travel's tiring. So get some rest and get prepared. Bye. Okay. Okay, that flattened out perfectly. I am not going to divide this. I don't think I'm going to have to divide this into two pieces because I have the front. So I should be good. Just got to trim some of this extra plastic wrap. Going to flatten out nicely. It should flatten out nicely enough. Okay, get the back of the neck here. Okay, I'll be... Just got to get rid of some of this extra plastic wrap. Ah, off my scissors. Let me get rid of some of this extra plastic wrap before I try to flatten this. I used a lot of plastic wrap on this part. So much plastic wrap. Ah. Oh yeah, get rest. Get plenty of rest. Well, I mean, 9 hours isn't the part, 9 hours. That is a Greyhound ride or bus ride from here to Chicago. Roughly. Still a long ride, but that's a manageable amount for me. But I do try to get plenty of rest because it's also going through, the bus stations and stuff, which aren't nearly as bad as airports. Because I really started doing that kind of traveling for anime cons and stuff after 9/11, back in 2001. And it was just right before the airports got horrible. It was just easier for me to take a bus than try to get out to the nearest big airport. We've only got a tiny little regional airport here. And get to Chicago or Enemy Central. I think the longest one I've been on that I can remember in terms of bus rides was going down to Atlanta, Georgia, which was 24 hours due to due to stopovers in other cities and stuff. The most stressful was when I was attempting to go to a con up in Canada, in Toronto. Great people up in Canada, by the way. They were awesome. Everybody up in Canada was awesome. But it was, and this is still the 2000s. This is the aughts, mind you. This is not nowadays. But I had to I took the bus down to Kalamazoo, and then I took the Amtrak to Canada. Getting there was not an issue. Across the border, no problem. It was coming back because they had to pull pretty much every single non-white person off the train to make sure that they were supposed to be there. And when I'm trying to get back to Kalamazoo so I can catch a bus to come home, it's kind of stressful. Okay, let's go back here. Open this back up. I want to take something I forgot on the sleeves. Those on the outside? They're on the outside. Okay, that adds a dart. An intentional dart. The top of the sleeve here. I didn't even think about this when making the pattern or designing this on the doll. I'm going to see if I can find some pleather to make this out of. I think I got some brown pleather that I picked up a remnant for a couple years ago. That does help out a little bit with that, so should be able to make it work. You know what? I'm gonna just cut it in half. Okay. There we go. Okay. Nowadays, most of my trips tend to be couple hours max. And usually that I can just easily doze off on. I'm just going to cut this in half so they lay out flat better. Okay. Okay. Clean this up. Okay, I will actually make the pattern tomorrow. But I gotta get this cleaned up. But at least I got pants, inner mesh top, and pleather jacket made. Or at least ready for patterning. So I'll be ready for tomorrow. I'm just gonna switch over to my normal computer or my normal setup. Or at least to my, gaming setup. So I'm going to take a quick break and I will be back in a couple minutes as soon as I make sure I've got the right message on my break screen. There we go. Okay, be back in a couple minutes. Stay on the flip side.